Two powerhouses, one decision. We've got the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i and the Pro 5i. They share the same DNA, but they're completely different beasts. Let's see which one you would pick up. Thanks to Lenovo Legion and Intel for sponsoring today's video. Now, this Legion Pro 7i is one of Lenovo's most powerful laptops. It's got an Intel Core Ultra 9 processor, as well as an RTX 5090 in here. And I know not every gamer needs the absolute top end, but thankfully something more budget friendly doesn't mean you have to compromise. And that's what we're looking at with the Legion Pro 5i. All right, so first up, we've got the Legion Pro 7i. Now, this thing is an absolute beast. And for the most part, it's a pretty chill design, but you can tell it's a gaming laptop. In the back, logo flooded with RGB. And we also got RGB around the exhaust in the back. It actually looks really cool. And up front, we've also got this RGB strip. And we even got RGB down to each key on the keyboard. So RGB everywhere. This thing looks dope. When you close it, for the most part, it really just looks like, you know, a regular laptop. Do you think it looks like a gaming laptop? I mean, up here for sure.
Yeah, for sure right there, but from the front, not really.
I like this look though. It's like the best of both worlds. And over on this side with the Pro 5i, it's a lot more tame. So if you look around it, you don't have that RGB strip in the front. And the back, while it does have, you know, a sizable exhaust, it looks a lot milder than the 7i, and it keeps the form factor down a little bit too, making it, you know, pretty low key. I'm getting fingerprints all over this. I hit my oily fingers. But aside from the size difference and the extra RGB over here, they largely look the same. Like I said, they share that DNA, but it comes even down to the ports. In terms of I/O, on the left side, you've got your power port, HDMI 2.1 port, two USB-C ports, one of them being Thunderbolt 4, as well as a USB-A port. And on the right side, you've got your Ethernet port over here, your electronic camera shutter, as well as two USB-A ports and your headphone jack. They share the exact same ports, tons of I/O. And I know back in the day, we all loved the ports being in the back of the laptop. It kind of made docking this thing up a little bit of a cleaner look. But now they've changed up the thermal system. And with the new thermal system, in order for it to work really well, and as well as it does, it has to use that exhaust in the back. It leads to a much better cooling experience for the laptop. So we'd be basically trading performance to have the cables in the back. I wouldn't want to do that. So I'm okay personally with them being on the side now. But now let's talk about these specs. We'll start with the Legion Pro 7i. With this, you get an Intel Core Ultra 9 processor, up to an RTX 5090 graphics card, as well as a beautiful 16-inch display, 240 Hz refresh rate with a less than 1 millisecond response time. Not to mention, this thing is OLED and it is beautiful, but you can also get up to 64 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage, as well as Wi-Fi 7, a 99.9 watt-hour battery that charges up to 70% in 30 minutes. Absolutely insane numbers over here. This is, like I said, quite the beast. And over on this side with the Pro 5i, you can also get up to an Intel Core Ultra 9 processor, or you can get the 7, and you get up to an RTX 5070 Ti. I've got the 5070 over here. This is also packed with a beautiful 16-inch OLED display. I think there's an LCD option out there as well, but this OLED display has a 165 Hz refresh rate, and you can of course get Wi-Fi 7 here as well. Now, when it comes to thermals, these are both rocking Legion's cold front thermal system. On the Pro 7i, you've got the vapor and hyper chamber, and on the 5i, you've got just the hyper chamber, and they both do really well in terms of cooling the overall system. I gotta say though, the 7i was really impressive because even while doing some serious gaming with like max settings, the laptop stayed cool to the touch. Maybe around the keyboard area, you can feel like the warmth, but it does a really good job at getting all of that heat out right from the back. And that's why I was saying I'm willing to do the trade-off for the ports. And while we were gaming, the fans were not loud at all. And we're playing on like this felt mat. That, you know, that's not helping. That's gonna retain some heat, but the fans were pretty quiet considering how much we were pushing this thing. Had my fair share of gaming laptops, and some of them sound like jet engines. This one did a really good job under the load by not making so much noise and keeping the laptop cool. The thermal system here is nuts. And the hyperchamber on the Pro 5i, also very solid considering it's only got to push up to a 5070 Ti, so it's more than enough for that. So it does a really good job at keeping the temperatures low on both systems. Lenovo's really got it down when it comes to thermals, especially with this more considered effort on getting it all pushed out in the back. It just makes for the overall gaming experience a lot easier. You don't have to worry about heat blowing on your hand as you're gaming with your mouse. So I gotta say, overall, I'm actually really impressed. Now with all this power and these specs, It all sounds really good on paper, but like, what's it feel like to actually game on it, right? Well, they're actually both really, really impressive. This guy kind of blew our minds with an Intel Core Ultra 9 and a 5090 in here. We were hitting insane frame numbers from some of our favorite games, like we play a lot of Marvel Rivals. I'm a big Apex Legends guy. Man, when I'm playing Apex, seeing that over 200 frames per second, I'm talking max settings, it's kind of mind-blowing. Gaming on this feels like butter, especially with this beautiful OLED display. Honestly, this is one of the best gaming laptop experiences I've ever had, just like from a performance perspective. It checks literally all of the boxes. Now, of course, this does have AI tuning and the frame generation, all that to help boost the frame rate. Now, I know some people aren't crazy about that metric, maybe on like the desktop side of things, but when you're looking at like these pro level gaming laptops, it is just absolutely awesome. And you definitely see a difference when you have some of that stuff toggled off. So for me personally, I'm a believer when you have a limited amount of power to work with, like on a laptop, honestly, it's what's gonna take gaming to the next level, and I'm all here for it. Now on the Pro 5i side of things, really solid performance. This one obviously is not going to be catering towards like the major esports pros. This is more of a like, you want an awesome gaming experience on like, let's say regular AAA titles. You're not playing at the highest levels competitively for something like Apex, or do people play Call of Duty competitively still? Like seriously?
I think so, yeah.
Like Valorant, Valorant, that kind of thing. But if you want that A1 experience for like adventure games, even playing Apex on this, solid work as well. I'd say this is more for that serious gamer who can appreciate like great quality, but doesn't necessarily want to spend this kind of money. Now on the software side of things, Lenovo actually brought over their Legion Space app. And if you're familiar with the Lenovo Legion Go, that's the interface where you can see your entire library, download games. So you got access to all of that here, as well as being able to tune the system, change the RGB colors, pick the kind of performance mode you want. You can do a lot of that in here. So between that Intel Core Ultra 9 and the built-in AI chips that Lenovo puts in these laptops, the LA3 and the LA1, there's a lot of AI performance here, and it's not so in your face unless you want it to be. But there's some interesting AI features built into this also, and those are right here. Those are the Game Clip Master and the Game Companion. Now, I didn't really try out the Game Companion, but it's meant to be like, you know, this AI buddy of yours to kind of cheer you on as you play. I haven't really messed around with that too much just yet, but when it comes to this Clip Master, that's actually pretty sick. When you're playing a game and you've got like highlights, maybe you got a bunch of kills or you won the match, it'll actually take those moments and clip them for you. It actually did really well on my end. It got some of the things that I would deem clippable. I wish the duration were longer. It's currently the max is 15 seconds, but I would love it if it were like, I don't know, 30 or something. This is actually a really cool feature. So AI is handling all of that, as well as doing like a bunch of other things on the device as well, from like performance boosting and making sure the right resources are being used for the task you're using it for. Tons of AI usage here, but I think this is one that is pretty tangible, one we can see a direct use for, and I think some people might like it. I gotta try out that companion. That's pretty in your face. And I'm kind of pointing over here a lot, but all of those AI features are also right here on the Pro 5i. So I think it's pretty clear who picks up what. If you want to go all out, get everything you could possibly want in a gaming laptop, you're looking at the Pro 7i. You want to take your gaming very seriously, competitively even, this is what you're looking at. But if you just want like a really good, clean gaming experience, maybe you're not competing at the highest levels, but you still want to go hard, this is what you're looking at, the Pro 5i. Both are extremely capable. It all depends on your personal playstyle and what you need out of these. But that about wraps it up. Of course, I'm gonna have both of them linked down below. I don't know about y'all, but I personally feel like Lenovo's been crushing it. I'm curious what the 9i looks like. The 9i is like the cream of the crop, the crazy one. But this feels like it has everything already. I need to compare. You know, just give me the 9i. I'm just joking. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.